What's up, Kriks? Welcome to my 2JZ Drift Build episode. It's been 2 years since my last update, and oh boy, I know that's long. Many of you guys have been asking, where is my 2JZ? It's been around. Did he quit? Oh, maybe he didn't finish. Oh, I think he doesn't want to do it anymore. No, none of that is true. Well, I finally have an update for you guys on my 2JZ Drift build, and it's gonna be an exciting journey. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. So sit back, relax, grab your favorite snack, and enjoy. And also, I made an epic intro. Hope you guys like it. Let's go, Kriks! It's been a long time since anything moved, so it was really exciting moment. I guess it's emotional, but we have a little friend on my engine. Excuse me, I'm trying to work here. So this is where we left off. I'm not sure where to start, but let's go. So I'm gonna hook up the fuel line and let's try to get some supply to the engine. Then we can start the car. Let's start the engine. I'm on a budget, so I did not get steel braided hoses because steel braided hoses are crazy expensive. So I got like rubber hoses for now. I don't think so it's gonna be permanent, but steel braided hoses are really expensive. One feet is like 70 ringgit. These are like 6 ringgit a feet. So it's not supposed to be installed like this, but I do the best I can. Due to budget, I wanted to start up the engine because it was sitting down there for like 3 years. So all I could think of is just to supply fuel to the engine and try to crank it up. But trust me, this method is really sketchy, but it works. I'm not saying that this is the best way, but it works. And that is a connection from my main tank to my surge tank. So moving on to the surge tank to the engine, this is my fuel regulator that I'm removing because I have to remove the whole manifold to reach the fuel line. Yep, I just need to reach to this return line on the fuel rail and just install back the intake manifold and the fuel regulator and just connect the lines from the fuel rail to the fuel regulator. It's as easy as that. This is the craziness that is happening. I'm just trying to clean up the second mil spec that connects with all the sensors and triggers for the cam and the crank, because it's been so long, so I've actually kept everything, and to find back stuff is the hardest part right now because I'm not organized. I decided to do the second mil spec head indoors because outside was really hot, so I was doing this second mil spec. The reason why I had a second mil spec head is because I want to separate the trigger wires from all the power cables on the other mil spec on the car. So that's why I have 2 mil spec head. Not gonna lie, it's a bit messy to do wiring in the house. So I decided to move outside and set up my station. Choose your weapon! The tricky part about doing wiring, you gotta make sure that it's not too short and not too long. So measure twice and cut once, I guess? Also, don't judge me, I'm not a very organized person when it comes to wire, but I guarantee you, I know where I put my stuff. So after doing a rough measurement, I use a string to mock up the route of the wiring. What I have to do is just follow the string route and I would probably get a perfect fit. One thing about working on wiring and working in your car, time passed really fast. As you can see, it's already dark. My brain at this point was kind of fried. So I explained what a mil-spec connector is. It's kind of like a bulkhead where all the wire meets into one socket. So you can just disconnect this and take out the engine without unplugging every socket individually. After I pinned everything in the mil-spec, all I had to do is just sleeve it up, and I did call it a night because it was too dark and I was tired. Alright, a new fresh day, let's go! Let's just sleeve up the wiring harness and install it into the car. For wiring, it's better to do a concentric twist because it allows the wire to bend without kinking it. This mil-spec head doesn't have much wire because it's connecting the triggers and the sensors of the car. Slowly, it's looking good with the sleeve. This part is really crucial because if you forget one heat string, you mess up the whole order of it. And trust me, I've been there and done that. I kind of got distracted because something came in the mail. And if you guessed it from the shape of the mail, yes, it's the radiator that I ordered. Just cutting a cardboard to protect all the fins because it's really easy to dent it. And now is to put this back in because I was doing something else and I just wanted to see it. I got a little bit excited, so we will save this for later on. But you know what? Let's just try to fit it in. So I just need to remove my fan from my stock radiator and transplant it to the other radiator. Everything was going well until... Seems like it doesn't clear. Yeah, that is touching the pulley. The socket for the radiator fan is really near to the water pump pulley. I guess a lot of adjustment has to be made. I'm gonna be cutting off the mouth of this and putting on an AN fitting, which is an AN16 that matches with the water neck AN15. I welded this by myself. I hope I can do this. So I guess I'm gonna be cutting till the flat edge over here and put it on. Lots of work. Thinking of just shaving the sides over here so that the fan is nearer, and I'll probably get some clearance. As I was inspecting everything, I realized something. I just found out that through shipping, I think this got bent. The overflow tank outlet. Damn it. This was really a problem because that thing is aluminium molded and it's really nearly impossible to bend it back, but I would just give it a shot and see whether I can save this. Really scared to bend aluminium because it can break. How am I gonna do this? Maybe I should take it out. And even though in my heart I know that it will break, I just wanted to give it a shot, and true enough, it really did break. There's a mini tear over there. Can you see? As you can hear, there was sadness in my voice. There was a little hole over there, but it matters because water would definitely leak from there. So I decided to move on, put that aside. I will settle that later. Right now, I just want to crank the engine and prime the oil in the engine to prepare for the startup. I also decided to open the valve cover so that I can pour the oil on the camshaft because it's been sitting there so long, so I guess all the oil has been dropping all the way down and it's dry on top. After I was done with that, I plugged in the ECU and tested the ignition. I ain't no professional, so I just followed the manual and the software, but man, I look like in a movie in the Fast and Furious with the laptop. Fire extinguisher ready. You gotta be safe. You gotta be freaking safe. They say to be confident. I am confident, but it's the first time kind of thing. So there's my heart rate right now. I want to test everything, whether is it working before I like try to start it up. First I need to test the ignition and the injectors, whether the injector is pulsing, and also the ignition, is it sparking? No, still not there yet, but yeah, let's just try. Alright, I'm gonna test the ignition. So let's try ignition 1. Ooh, it is working. So all the ignition was working, but I had a little bit issues on the injectors, so I had to call somebody to ask. Then I put the test on, no sound. Then I took number 2. So after that, they couldn't figure out like what was the issue, but I decided from my gut feeling, maybe the injectors need a little bit of a knock to wake up. And true enough, it did work. Test on. Then I just use the screwdriver, the thing start to... After all the testing was done, I moved on to the long fuel line from the back of the surge tank till the fuel rail. Did some housekeeping because there was cat fur all over my seat. Yesterday I was just messing around with the system. I was updating the firmware for the ECU and the dash, and it took the whole day to set up all the inputs, the signals and all. I would say it's a pretty good experience because it's my first time and I got to learn so many things. And it's crazy how when you look into the software, there's so much control that the software allows you, the ECU allows you to do to your car, and it's freaking crazy. But yeah, I hope I didn't kill the battery because the whole day whole night I was just on the computer trying to figure out things. And yeah, thank you to a big help to Tiong, who is at Ken Racing. He really walked me through it and I got to learn so much. It's cool. Also, I finished installing the fuel line, and here's a funny story about the fuel line. I actually ordered I wanted 12 feet, but it was stated online that they charge by meter, so I ended up buying 12 meter, which is like 39 feet, and now I have like excess fuel line, which I don't know what to do. Turn on the battery, turn on the main power, turn on the ECU, dash turns on. So I got my pedal working. So I just did the calibration for the throttle body. I wish I can show you, but there's no one to step for me. So right now I'm just gonna try to crank it and we'll see whether does it spark. Well, I heard some sparks. Looks like the trigger scope is looking okay. I don't know what I'm reading, but online says it's supposed to look like this. So that's all for this episode, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't just go yet, I got a big announcement for you guys. On the 27th of May at the Curve, I'm going to be joining Retro HAVOC and I'm going to be displaying Eva over there. It's going to be in a work progress, it's not going to be pretty. So I hope you guys don't mind, but I really want to meet you guys over there. So I'll see you there on the 27th of May. And another big news, I have merch right now, which is the Kriks Racing Tee. It is available on Shopee for pre-order, and the first 30 people who order them will get a Kriks car sticker. So I hope you guys can support my channel. Also follow my socials, which is my Instagram. I'm trying to reach 100k followers on Instagram, so I hope you guys can help me with that. Also, if you guys are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It will support my channel a lot. And hope you enjoyed this episode. Tune in for the next episode. Whatever you're doing, pick it up. See you on 27th of May, okay?